Guadalajara side was weakened by suspensions and injuries but still heads home with the advantage thanks, in part, to the Argentine manager Matias Almeyda sat before the press in Toronto and delivered a much more locally news conference than the one the Canadian press had received previously from America manager Miguel Herrera. The Argentine sounded more like a salesman excited to get off the road for a few days than a soccer manager. It's been a brutal stretch for Chivas involving travel to New York and back before going to Tijuana and straight on to frigid Toronto. The end is in sight. Almeyda has 2 tough matches to prepare for in the next 7 days, with Friday's Clásico Tapatio against Atlas and next week's second leg of the final, but if he draws up game plans like the ones he did in Tuesday's 2-1 first leg CCL final win over Toronto, he'll be the most popular man in Guadalajara. I try to live in the present. I'm happy about the game, the result obviously, because we came here and were concentrated. We're going home to be with our families, but we quickly have to think about the Clásico coming and we can't just stay with today's result because there's another match left, Almeyda said in the post-match news conference when asked how he'd feel if he were able to secure the ticket to the Club World Cup. If God wants it to happen, obviously I'll be very happy, but there's still a match so we can't get ahead of ourselves. It was no secret why he's calmer than Miguel Herrera, who accused Toronto police of assaulting his players, was. First of all, he isn't Miguel Herrera. Second, because his team was actually able to take a result from BMO Field, something neither Herrera's America nor Tuca Ferretti's Tigres were able to do. The pundits had labeled Toronto as the favorite. This writer is guilty as charged. But after Chivas sat back and survived an onslaught from the New York Red Bulls, it seemed like Toronto would take advantage of the Liga MX side. After all, while the Red Bulls got plenty out of Bradley Wright Phillips, there's a reason TFC and its attack of Sebastian Giovinco, Jose Altidore, Marky Delgado and Jonathan Osorio are MLS Cup champions. Almeyda knew his team couldn't play the same way it did in the semi-final, but he also realized he couldn't throw out the kind of team he wanted to. With goalkeeper Rodolfo Cota, centre-back Jair Pereira and left-back Edwin Hernandez suspended and right-back Jesus Sanchez still out because of an injury, he had to improvise. In league matches, he'd played a winger as a right-back. This time he went with 3 centre-backs, tossing in an inexperienced Alejandro Mayorga on the left, and had midfielder Michael Perez drop deep to provide cover when Giovinco pushed up to create imbalances.